Hello, the purpose of this video is to help you navigate the Wida website and to also understand how to figure out your students' levels and what to do with their language proficiency levels. Okay, so first I have a sample of a student's Wida individual score report. And I downloaded this right from the website, so that would be available for you as well. And on our score report, we have the different domains. Now, before I get into that, students will take this test every year about the second week in January to about the second or third week of February. And then you'll receive the scores at the end of May. So at the beginning of the school year, you should receive your current student scores that they took last year. Some exceptions might be if they were not in the United States, or if they were not in a school in the United States that did Wida. Not every school in the United States does Wida or uses Wida. Okay, so now let's get back to the school report. Each child receives a score report for listening, and this child had a 4.0, speaking, reading, writing. There's an oral language, which is 50% listening, 50% speaking. Literacy, 50% reading, 50% writing. A comprehension score, which consists of 70% of the reading, 30% of the listening, and then an overall score. The overall score is 35% reading, 35% writing, 15% listening, and 15% speaking. So clearly the reading and the writing are valued when it comes to the Wida access. Okay, so now you have these scores. What do you do with them? Let's see. You're going to want to go to the Wida website. And I'm going to go back to the home page. This is wida.us. I'm going to click on Standards and Instruction. You see it says Can Do Descriptors. That's what we're looking for. Next to Can Do, or underneath of where it says Download Product, Can Do, you have all your Can Do descriptors, PDF. You have them in Spanish if you need them, and a few other resources that might be helpful down here, but we'll go into that a little later. Okay, so let's pretend that you're a first grade teacher. So let's download that first grade teacher book. If you want these, I've also downloaded and saved them onto my website at the bottom underneath of this video so that it's easier to access that way. Okay, so we have our Can Do booklet. Now you can get these in like a binded form, which is nice. They do cost extra money, so I don't know what schools have them and which schools don't. I know we don't. So I use the online version and I save them to my desktop so they're always there. Okay, so it's grouped in, the Can Do descriptors are these, and they're grouped into recounting, explaining, argue, and then there's also a part about key of use of discuss, and that just uses the oral language. That's why that one's so short. Okay, so let's pretend that this child, we're going to call him Jose. And I want to know what to expect from Jose. So for Jose, he received a 4 in listening. So I'm going to come over here in the listening section where it says listening. Here's level 4. This is what you should expect from Jose. This is what you can assess him on. This is what he should be capable of doing according to his language proficiency. Okay, speaking, 2.2. Here's 2.2. These are the things I should expect from Jose. Reading is a 3.4. Level 3 is developing. And if you notice each level, so it starts at entering, emerging, developing, expanding, bridging, and reaching. And usually a child, once they reach level 5 and level 6, they exit That's an overall score though. So you could have a student who is still in the EL program and they might receive a speaking and a listening score of 6. So that says that this child is performing all of these things, but they need to work on reading and writing maybe. So just so you know, like a 5, an overall 5 will typically exit you from the program. But you can have 5s in other areas and still be an EL. Okay. And then we want to do a writing, 3.5. Now, in math, we have been taught that 3.5 rounds up to 4. And when it comes to Wida, that is not the case. The can-do descriptors do not work that way. If a child is a 3.5, they are 3 developing. If they are a 3.8, they are 3. They are still developing. If they are 3.9, you do not round up to that 4. You keep them at level 3, developing. You can say they're working towards it, but you can't expect them to do level 4. Okay, so we've gone over that, and you could do that for each section. Now that you understand that, I want to show you something else that's pretty helpful. I've used it. I give it to my classroom teachers, and then I use it for myself. Again, let's pretend that we are grade 1. And at the bottom it says can-do descriptors, student name chart grade 1. I gotta open it up. And we're gonna go through and we're gonna plug in our fictional Jose. So, and what I would do is I might have 5 students in my class that I have these score reports for, and I could enter in each name. But we're just going to do 1. So listening, he had a 4. So I'm going to click off, and I'm going to type in Jose. For speaking, you know what? I think I can do it this way. There we go. Speaking, Jose is at a 2. So let's say 2. Reading, it's going to be on the next page. He was at a 3. Writing, he was at a 3. And I think I skipped the oral part. Oral language, which comes down here, 3.2. Oops. 3.2. Okay, so now I can enter in all my English learners, their names in each block, print this out front to back, and all the can-do descriptors and the guidelines are right in here. It's a little small, so maybe you like the book, and that's fine, but I just find this to be so much handier, so much easier to look at because all the kids' names are in there. So I wanted to show you that. Okay, at this time, I'm going to pause, but please click on video number 2 because I'm going to show you a template for that, and I'm also going to show you a little bit about the access. All right, thank you.